Morning.
Morning.
You, buying yourself a new hat?
No, the lady's buying him one. She...
Is it gonna make or break your day if I do or don't buy a hat, stranger?
Oh, now, I don't want to be a stranger to you. My name's Colorado. Colorado McGee.
Well, you said that sounds like you expected I should have heard of you. Well, I never have, so what do you want?
I want to know if you're as fast as they say you are, Swifty.
What'd you call me?
Swifty. Well, I'll call you Mr. Morgan if you like. But I'm going outside in that street and wait for you to come out. And if you don't, me and everybody else in town's gonna call you a yellow dog.
Gunfight?
You catch on.
Well, you just go on out there. I'll be out on the count of 10.
You hit that fellow from behind.
Just as hard as I could. Hey, get me one of those irons over there. Yeah.
What's that gunfighter got against you?
I never saw him before in my life. Oh, Miss Jenny, now, awful sorry that a well-brought-up lady like you had to see a crude thing like this. Let's go up to the hotel. We get you some smelling salts, and you can lay down.
Lad, from the way this fellow's wearing his gun in his holster, looks like he's left-handed. It was his right trigger finger you busted.
Miss Jenny, would you turn your head, please? The iron.
If I'd known you were going to send this pipsqueak against a man like Swifty Morgan.
Now, look, Mr. Barton, I can't help
Don't
it.
take offense, lad, but after all, you've never killed anybody outside of this county. You're just local stuff. While Swifty Morgan is known from Canada to the Mexican border.
Well, if you've got a better idea, Taylor, let's have it.
Buy this Swifty Morgan.
But Colonel Ames has already bought Morgan.
All gunfighters have a price. They're a low order of humanity, real lice.
Now, look here, Mr. Barton,
Shut up! So we just offer Morgan enough money to make him double-cross Colonel Ames.
That sounds good.
Now, wait a minute. How can you be sure that Colonel Ames sent for Swifty Morgan?
I have a way of knowing what goes on in the Colonel's house.
He's sparking the Colonel's old maid sister. That's how he knows what's going on.
Why, you young
I
whippers.
seen you out bicycle riding with his sister propped up on the handlebars. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, both of you, acting like that at your age. You ought to be setting an example for young people instead of carrying on like a randy old goat. Her looking like a winter kill persimmon.
Get him out of here.
Kid, get out. Well, all I can say is I'd hang my head in shame was I kin to you, Mr. Old Goat Fart.
Pipsqueak! I figure we can hire Swifty Morgan away from Colonel Ames for $5,000.
Oh, now that's a lot of money.
We stand to lose more than that if we don't get to the mother lode first. We'll never get there if we don't get back down into the mine and get to digging.
All right, as treasurer of the company, I say this calls for a meeting of the board of directors.
We are the board of directors.
Then I move that we spend the $5,000.